Thursday night of big game coverage. We start at Fair Stadium. The 5th-ranked Harlan Hawks taking on the O'Connor Panthers. It's District 29 6A. How about the start to this game? First snap, Panthers quarterback Ryder Dorn drops back, goes deep over the top, wide open. Luke Valdez. They're not going to get him. 83 yards, touchdown. Panthers up 6-0. Extra point, no good. That just motivated the Hawks. Dwayne Wingfield scores from 5 yards out. Harlan up 7-6. The Hawks go on to win it 49-12. A full house in Bernie for the number 9 Bernie champion Chargers and the Bromwell Canyon Cougars in District 2012 5A. Second frame, champions has it. Quarterback Jordan Ballin throws a nice ball to Ethan McVeigh, 21 yards. Chargers down 17-14. Nate Leonard and his Cougs respond, though. Senior running back Daniel Bashan dives in, 5-yard touchdown, 24-14 Canyon. Champion comes back to win it, though, 34-31 with a walk-off field goal. All right, let's go over to Gus, the Taft Raiders and the Brennan Bears. This is District 29 6A. First quarter, no score. Bears are close, though. Quarterback Caden Glass going for the end zone. The Raiders, Edward Cotton, how about that leap and pick in the end zone? Later in the first, the Bears get on the board. Jalen Garner and a quarterback dumps it off to Jason Love. Gotta love the spin after the one-handed catch. Breaks the tackle, 37 yards, touchdown. Extra point, no good. 6-0 Brennan. Brennan goes on to win it 13-7. All right, let's head over to the Rock Pile downtown, Alamo Stadium. Highlands Owls were taking on the Burbank Bulldogs, wearing out the crew, making them do a lot of push-ups. 14-5A D2, late second quarter, the close game. Highlands quarterback Romeo Garza, tight spiral to Willie Gaskin, and he makes a move inside, down the sidelines. That's good for a 74-yard touchdown. Owls lead 22-14. Burbank able to come back 33-29 is that final. And some friendly handshakes before the district showdown between Antonian and Memorial. The Apaches strike early and often. Maka Moreno finds the lane, and that's 25 yards, and that's a touchdown. Then later in the first quarter, it's the red zone again. Quarterback Jason Toscano finds Aiden Samaniego wide open, another TD. Antonian rolls, 35-13. SAISD Sports Complex, Sam Houston Hurricanes trying to find the right game plan against the Harlandale's offense. They're coming off that win last week, looking for another one today with less than a minute to go. Well, Harlandale quarterback Jacob Saucedo finds Zion Molina, screen pass, but he turns that into a nice gain. And with 3 seconds left, the Indians took a timeout. Good timing. All right, that sets it up for this. That's a field goal. Jose Luis Flores nails it. All right, here's that final. 38-20. Clemens over Laredo United, 48-20. And it's Judson over Hutto, 29-19. And Seguin and Kyle Lehman, they got postponed till Saturday because of rain. How about that? So that's just the beginning of the big weekend of high school.
And so it begins.
Yes, it does.
3 seconds?
3 seconds, timeout, kick a field goal, call it good.
No pressure.
All right.
New today at 5, sound quality, price, and fit. The key factors when choosing your headphones and earbuds. Comparison tests reveal the crystal clear choices you need to consider. We've got those today at 5 after Entertainment Tonight. About 13,000 U.S. auto workers making good on their threat to walk out at midnight. They have now stopped making vehicles and they are headed to the picket lines. Their union leaders still not making a deal with Detroit's 3 automakers over wage increases. The auto workers union went on strike against General Motors, Ford, and Stellantis, which owns Chrysler. It's the first time the big 3 were hit with walkouts at the same time in 88 years. The limited strikes are taking place at assembly plants in Michigan, Ohio, and Missouri. It's not a mass walkout. The union says its goal is just to disrupt operations with these strikes.
Now to the cyber attack targeting hotels and casinos in Las Vegas. ABC's Mola Lenge with how it crippled key cards, slot machines, and ATMs.
Chaos in Las Vegas after Sin City was hit by a massive cyber attack.
This is a situation right now.
MGM Properties trying to recover under siege since Sunday. Long lines snaking through the lobby of hotels like the Bellagio. Check-ins across MGM Properties taken offline.
The people that are checking in have to fill out a piece of paper that's like they're writing down your credit card information.
Also affected, ATMs, hotel key cards, some guests being let in by security with physical keys. The attack leaving slot machines silent, messages on screens reading out of service. It's not just Vegas. MGM casinos and hotels across the country, including Atlantic City, experiencing outages. And Caesars revealing it too was the victim of a cyber attack, costing them millions, days before MGM was breached.
Cybersecurity analysts tell ABC News they believe a ransomware group known as Scattered Spider is responsible for the MGM attack. A hacker allegedly impersonating an MGM employee on a call with the help desk took down the system in just 10 minutes.
Because this is such a high-profile heist, if they get away with this, it really is going to open the door for these really kind of spectacular attacks against American businesses. And neither the business community nor the FBI can let this go unanswered.
MGM saying they continue to work diligently to resolve our cybersecurity issue.
Well, Caesars now telling federal regulators that loyalty program members are being offered credit monitoring and identity theft protection. The casinos are now working with the FBI, local law enforcement, and cybersecurity experts to try to uncover the true nature of this hack. Mola Lengi, ABC News, Las Vegas.
Looking outside with live cam, we've got a little break going. We had some rain overnight. A lot of folks did anyway. Maybe some more tonight. Justin, this is one of those times when you got to pay attention to your meteorologist.
The KSAT weather app is a great way to do that, by the way. We have the radar on there. You can check back, and we're going to be updating that often. And what we saw last night were some storms that came right across San Antonio during the overnight hours. Maybe it didn't wake up, maybe it did, but this was the scene. This is a great shot of the lightning last night. Look at that. Very electrical. This is from Carlsberg. We appreciate it. That is well done. You can see just how electrical they were as those storms came through. As we look at the rainfall totals, Kerrville, about 0.17 of an inch. That is updated from this morning's rainfall. San Antonio International only picked up 0.02 of an inch. There's kind of a hole right here in northern parts of San Antonio, but the southern half of the city did really well. Stinson picked up 0.81 of an inch, and down towards Bronte Lake up over an inch. Same story around Elmendorf. So there's some good rain there. As we look at the radar right now, not a lot there. We've got a couple showers north of San Antonio. Those are falling apart, but a few more starting to develop out in Real County. And there is what appears to be a bit of a boundary here. We'll see what happens with that if we can get some more development here as we head into the afternoon. Possible. We're going to keep that 40% chance rain in the forecast. So 92 at 3 o'clock, 93 4 p.m., 40% chance of rain, 6, 7 o'clock. And temperatures down into the 80s by 8 and 9 o'clock with that rain chance continuing. Guys.
Thank you, Justin. It is illegal right now, but a dangerous party drug could soon get FDA approval. It's for patients who have PTSD. The drug is called MDMA, but many people know it as ecstasy or Molly. It's been proven effective in reducing symptoms of PTSD, but only when combined with talk therapy. That's according to a study that was just published in Nature magazine. MDMA-assisted therapy was granted what's called breakthrough status by the FDA back in 2017. That status allowed the development of promising experimental drugs to be fast-tracked. Now the company behind the prescription version of this psychedelic is trying to convince regulators to officially legalize it. The CDC says U.S. hospitals can expect the burden from this year's respiratory virus season to be pretty much like last year, but the analysis says that the added risk from COVID will probably make the season worse than pre-pandemic years. The CDC says with the addition of COVID, even an average respiratory season can place significant strain on the healthcare system. The analysts find that in the peak of the season, there could be between 15 and 25 new weekly hospitalizations for every 100,000 people in the U.S. COVID will probably account for half of those hospitalizations, with flu and RSV combined accounting for the other half.
The Food and Drug Administration says it will seek public opinion before making any kind of decision on a widely used decongestant recently deemed ineffective. Earlier this week, an advisory committee to the FDA voted unanimously that phenylephrine does not do anything to ease symptoms. The drug is found in over-the-counter cold and allergy medicine. The committee advised the FDA that the drugs that don't work should not be sold. If the FDA agrees with the panel's view, it will issue a proposed order to remove that drug from the list of drugs recognized as safe and effective. The public will then be allowed to comment before the agency issues its final order. At this hour, we, along with our community partners, are hosting a phone bank with staffers from the Texas Organ Sharing Alliance. If you want to be a donor but are on the fence about it, this is a chance to get some more information. So all you have to do is call and ask questions. That number's there on your screen right now, 210-351-1363. And coming up in a few minutes, we're going to be checking in at the phone bank with why it is so important to raise awareness about organ donation.
More than 100,000 people across the country are waiting for an organ donor match. They're hoping to save a life. And while the choice to become a donor may not be an easy one, the decision could have a huge impact. And that's why our latest KSAT community event is taking place. We have a phone bank with Donate Life Texas and the Texas Organ Sharing Alliance. David Sears live in that phone bank right now. David.
Thank you, Ursula. We know how important organ donation is. If you have questions, if you're thinking about donating an organ, if you have a family member that may be thinking about it, but you're kind of on the fence, you're not real sure whether or not this is something you want to do, there's folks right here ready to answer all your questions. And Joe Nesball now joins us live. He's the CEO of Texas Organ Sharing Alliance. First off, the importance of organ donation.
Absolutely. We have currently over 100,000 people waiting for an organ nationwide, and more importantly, in the state of Texas, over 10,000 folks are waiting for a life-saving organ transplant.
And you guys have worn some special T-shirts today, so show me what's on the front of your T-shirt, and I'll ask this gentleman if he'll stand up and kind of show us on the back, and you can explain the T-shirt to us.
Yeah, so this is Esperanza. We had a local artist paint her at our office, and she, in Spanish, Esperanza means hope. Mm-hmm. So it's all about the hope of receiving an organ, and the heroes that are donor heroes, and hopefully we can get more people off the waiting list.
All right, we're going to ask him to turn back around so we can see the whole shirt. You got your jacket on, see the whole. Yeah. That's a great looking shirt. Oops, excuse me.
Thank you.
So we were talking about the importance of organ donation for people who may not be right near a phone right now. Give us a sense of the process that they go through, some of the questions that
sure.
are
so
mostly asked.
The most important thing is to really have this discussion with your family so that they feel comfortable. If the opportunity arises, they know how to respond. Or we recommend you go on the registry, and either when you go get your driver's license renewed or get your driver's license, you can sign up, or you call up today and we can get you registered on the registry. So today is the kickoff for Hispanic Heritage Month, and it's very important because unfortunately 80% of the patients waiting in Texas need a kidney transplant, right, and they're on dialysis.
Right.
And the majority of those patients are Hispanic. So we feel that it's very important that more Hispanic donors participate, because those organs are going to do better with these recipients.
So we know this is a problem all across the country, but we also know that it's a definite problem here in San Antonio. It's such a Hispanic community that's so large in this community, and the numbers are big. So we appreciate it, Joe. Thank you very much. All right, once again, all these folks are waiting to answer your questions about organ donation. So there's the number on your screen, 210-351-1363. Give them a call if you have any question whatsoever. Ursula?
Thanks, David. We are keeping an eye on the skies. This is a beautiful shot. It's nice to see the clouds in our area once again and having an active weather pattern. This is something we've been begging for months now.
So true, so true. And it's going to be warm and humid here in San Antonio. We're seeing that right now. But we're also starting to see some storms flare up north of Lakey. We're keeping an eye on this activity. There's an outflow boundary up here, so we'll see what that does with some additional storm development as we head into the afternoon. Another look at that forecast for you is coming up. Welcome back. Let's take a look at the satellite and radar. And I want to show you the satellite picture here too, because we can kind of make out a boundary right about here. You can see the showers and storms developing right along that boundary, and it kind of trails back here. So we'll see where this boundary goes. Right now it's not really moving. But we are going to get some development along this feature, it looks like, and that may lend itself to some more showers and storms as we head throughout the afternoon. I'm sorry to say that it's not going to be where everybody gets rain at one given time, but I think that you'll have the opportunity at least to get some scattered showers and a few scattered storms a little bit later today. Let me show you the big picture. And we've got one little wave that has come through, but starting to see more development back out here to the west. And this is an area the Storm Prediction Center is watching because there could be some bigger storms this afternoon. And if we do get a cluster of storms to develop out here, some of those could work in our direction too. So there's opportunities there. And there's a look at the severe weather risk. Again, that darker yellow color is where the risk is highest. But even here locally, there's an outside chance we could see a couple strong storms, some damaging wind, and some hail, a possibility. It's not a huge risk, but it is there, so we need to mention it. And the authority radar right now does reveal that we've got that storm just north of Lakey. That's kind of the one we're watching right now. And this is along that same corridor where we saw storms a little bit earlier this morning. So yes, there is a boundary of some sort there. And as we look a little closer at this storm just north of Lakey, you start to see that purple color. That's when you start to get into some heavy rain. And there is quite a bit of lightning strikes with this storm, albeit it's a small storm, but it is working its way towards Los Maples. Moving east, looks like about 20-25 miles per hour. Los Maples is getting some rain right now, and they'll get another dose of that as this moves east. This is just north of Lakey, so not any rain falling there. But folks out across parts of Bandera County will want to watch this as it moves into Bandera County here shortly. Otherwise, around Bexar County, around San Antonio, there's not much going on. We've got one little shower up there near Bernie, but otherwise, sun is out, it's quiet, it's warm, and that's going to set the stage. It's going to give us some instability as we head into the afternoon. Right now, 87. Very light wind. We've got mostly cloudy skies, and dew points are in the 70s, so the air is thick. That will allow for some heat indices today, probably jumping into the 90s. A few places could see heat indices as high as 100. We saw that yesterday. It got hot before some of those storms moved in. 98 is what it feels like right now in New Braunfels. 93, Converse, feels like 93 here in town, feels like 94 in Honda. So here's our forecast. And again, as I said earlier, these models do not have a good handle on this situation. They just cannot see all these boundaries that are floating around and kind of all the different components here. So we'll look at this in a very general sense, but it does show that we have some isolated activity developing as we head into the afternoon. And then tonight, it wants to bring some storms out of West Texas and bring them through our area, with the favored rain chance being west of San Antonio. But even here, I think we do get some showers and storms, and this may linger over into Saturday morning before we get this all to move south by Saturday afternoon. So our KSAT 12-hour forecast, we've got a 40% chance of rain in there, and we'll keep that going right into this evening and into tonight, and right even into tomorrow morning, again, before the rain chances drop off to about 20% by Saturday afternoon. 92 Sunday, still a small chance for storm, otherwise we dry out and it does warm back up, unfortunately. Good news here, 89 tomorrow. We may not get above 90, again, with that chance of rain overnight tonight. We'll be right back.
Pumpkin patches, corn mazes, fall treats, autumn almost here.
It is, and it is Hispanic Heritage Month as of today, as Hey Live is celebrating at historic Market Square. Hey, Mike.
Hey, yes, indeed it is. And, of course, Mexican Independence tomorrow, we are cooking a very special dish with one of our favorite people, Orlando Carvajal from La Familia Cortez. What are we making today?
We are making chile en nogada. This is a traditional dish for this time of the year.
Okay. Cooking, you love to cook. Did you learn a lot from your family, from your mom and dad?
Of course, I went to the best university in the world, my mother's kitchen.
I love that. All right, hey, what did you learn in your mother's, maybe your grandmother's kitchen? Scan that QR code and let us know, and maybe you can share some of those great recipes. Speaking of great recipes, and we've got Shenda Nguyen from Della Dulce Bakery here, and you learned how to cook from your family?
Yes, from my parents. They were very big foodies.
Okay, baking. What are we making today?
Today we're making these yummy, delicious pumpkin whoopie pies.
Ooh, and Thanksgiving's not too far away. You got a special coming up, right?
Yes, we have a special for people that order.
All right. Yep. And how you get 2 of those whoopie pies as well. All right, Jen has hit the orchard.
Today on SA Live, we take you Texas tripping to the hill country. It's the fall edition. We take you to Yansky Orchards, where we're getting a sneak peek at their corn maze, and it's Reba inspired.
And the big give is right around the corner. We're going to tell you how you can give starting now. That and a lot more on SA Live. Stick around.